People hear their phone ring, it's someone they don't know. They have a very negative disposition from the get-go. So you really need to break that and show them that what you're talking about is relevant from the start.
And we all know how open French people are to getting called. Welcome to SomeBlock, the series where we talk about everything sales, prospecting, and what best to do during the slower and sunnier summer months. My name is Jason Meyer, and today we're joined by Edmond, our SDR at Cognism.
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Edmond.
Thank you for joining me in our tropical paradise on the 4th floor of our office building in Paris.
You're welcome. Very happy to be here.
For those who don't know you, you started with us here in Cognism, France in September. So it's your first SDR role. So tell me a little bit about your role.
Yeah, my role as an SDR, started in September with Cognism, first ever role. So it's been very exciting, a big learning process, and made all the more exciting by the fact that I was one of the 4 first employees for Cognism in France. So we started the office, so a lot of things to learn. A lot of things that we learned on the go, adapting to the French market. So it's been a very interesting time.
From your experience, what can you say about the French market in particular?
I think in France, a lot of people have negative connotations with cold calling. I think it's mainly due to the fact that there was a lot of B2C cold call in France a couple of years ago. And so people hear their phone ring, it's someone they don't know. They have a very negative disposition from the get-go. So you really need to break that and show them that what you're talking about is relevant from the start.
And we all know how open French people are to getting called, opening conversations with strangers. So you did mention something interesting. You said that people here are not used to getting cold call. How did you notice that, or was it something that was trained?
A little bit of both. Obviously, we have training on that. But I think one of the big differences, because I think key decision makers are used to being cold call. It's going to be more middle management and ICs that aren't. And that's part of our prospecting strategy a lot, is to collect information with non-final decision makers. And those aren't as used to being cold call. Getting used to really explaining quickly why you're calling them in particular, right? Because people will often go I'm not the person you should talk to. I don't know. And you're just hey, no, look, I just want to have a conversation here. You're the one that's close to the ground. You know best, sort of that whole speech.
So you would say that if you don't reach a decision maker, you're at least collecting, say, information for when you do reach the decision maker.
Yeah, right. It's a really key part of my job. A decision maker often will have no idea of how it's actually going on the ground. And so it's super important to collect all those pains from the people that are using the platform. And once you get to the key decision maker, instead of him being oh, no, I think it's fine. I think we're doing okay. You can be hey, I talked to this person, this person, this person. They told me yeah, we have about 55% accuracy on our mobile phones. It's a huge problem, And so you come with facts and it works well.
Facts.
Exactly.
Okay. We spoke to our general manager, Anne Charlotte. And she mentioned as well that it wasn't only the summer that was hard to sell, it was also the slower holiday period, which you have gone through.
Exactly.
Right? So would you say it's also difficult to sell during holidays period?
For an SDR, it's quite difficult. The guy's on holiday or he's preparing to go on holidays. He doesn't want to be talking about B2B data. And that's something we saw around Christmas and in May as well, which in France there's a lot of public holidays. So that was the tougher times that we've had. We still all hit target, which was really nice. But yeah, it was hard. For example, in May, the first 2 weeks were really tough. And at the half of the month, I was at maybe 10% of my target. So then I had to really kick it into gear to hit. Yeah. Okay.
Edmond, so what are some of the key lessons that you've learned as an SDR that will help you overcome any summer blockers that you face?
Yeah. I think you need to embrace those blockers because they're not as bad as you'd think. Because it actually starts off the call. It's not that negative, right? When someone's oh, I'm on holidays, and you're like, oh, like, we'll continue this conversation later. When you call them back after the holidays, well, you've already spoken to them, and you can start the call being like, hey, like I called you during your holidays. I'm so sorry, by the way. I hope you had a nice time, blah, blah, blah. It starts the conversation on a very positive note. They remember you. And so you can actually like have better calls after. And that's something I've noticed in my pipe. Obviously, holiday month's tough. The month after is always great, right? Because you've had all those conversations, even though they were short, even though the person was like, oh, I'm really busy. I'm like on holidays right now. You call those people back after the holidays, and then suddenly, oh, they remember you, sort of remember what you do, and then conversation flows a lot better.
Okay.
So it's not as bad as you think. You can really use it to have great months after as an SDR.
Okay, that's great insights. So, Edmond, what makes a good SDR?
What makes a good SDR? Lots of things. Number one, I'd probably say confidence. You need a lot of confidence in this job. You need to be able to objection handle, adapt. I think adaptability is a huge one, because you see so many different cases. You need to be able to press some pains, depending on what they show. You need to be able to adapt very well. I think another big one and an underrated one is product knowledge. I think that comes in very, very key. I'm someone that's very passionate about learning and knowing sort of all of the use cases, how people use our products, knowing our competitors very well as well. You can tell me any competitor and I'll know just what things to push to get a reaction. I know some, like the mobiles won't be too good, emails won't be too good. So product knowledge is a good one as well.
Okay, I like that about product knowledge because it's not only knowing your product, but knowing the competitors, right? You've talked a big game about confidence, about reaching the right people, about calling different people in the same organization. So it's time for a segment we're gonna call The Call. Hello?
Hi, Jason. How's it going?
Hey, who is this?
Hi, this is Edmond from Cognism.
Edmond who?
Edmond Dufour. I'm calling you on behalf of Cognism.
Oh, okay. What is Cognism?
We're the biggest B2B data provider in the world. So we help teams that prospect. And I talked to a few people from your company, like Pierce and Youssef, and they told me you'd be the right person to talk to. So that's why I'm calling you.
I'm sorry. Did they give you my number?
No. I mean, I got your number from our platform. That's sort of what we do. That's
you
what we're good
found
at.
my number in your platform?
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's how good we are.
Okay, so what is this call about? Because literally I am getting on a boat because I am leaving on holiday.
Wow. Where are you taking the boat to?
I never know what to say, but I'm going to say Italy.
To Italy? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Congrats. I
Thank
love
you.
Italy. Been there a few times.
Oh, yeah? Whereabouts?
Tuscany. My girlfriend's actually from there, so that's
bellissimo.
pretty nice. Grazie. I was just hoping to get some time with you. I understand you're on holidays right now, but maybe once you're back, I'd love to be able to show you a bit more of what we do and talk to you a bit more.
Okay, yeah, let's take this after the summer.
Yeah? When are you back?
Well, I mean, after the summer, I don't know, when is that?
In September?
Yeah, in September.
Ooh, that's quite a long time into the future, isn't it?
Yeah.
Taking long holidays.
Okay.
Love that for you, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, so what do you propose then?
Is there anyone in your company, that would be interested in this that you think is still at the office? That'd be amazing.
Well, I don't know. You already mentioned that you talked to some of my AEs and SDRs.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk to them and try to figure out what would be best for us, and we could take this over like in a week or so.
In a week or so.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds great. Do you think I could pencil in some time with you next week when you're back?
You know what? It's best if you just send me some options and I see what fits my calendar better.
Right.
Between fishing and a few parties. I need to see when I have
parties,
some time.
A little bit of fishing. I love that plan, and I think we're gonna fit right into that as well. In between a bit of fishing and partying, I think a little demo would be nice.
Okay, great. Well, arrivederci. Bleep.
Yeah.
And like that, we just booked the meeting. Okay. One final question.
Go, shoot.
Any exciting summer plans coming up?
Any exciting summer plans? Yeah, I'm going to Italy as well.
Ah,
actually,
look at that.
just like my prospect.
Uh-huh.
Going to Tuscany, and I'm also going to go to Portugal for a bit.
Okay.
So yeah, that's sort of the plan.
Well, that sounds nice. Can't wait to see all the stories and recommendations when you get back.
Of course.
Pleasure to talk to you
Pleasure's
and
all
get
mine.
all your valuable knowledge.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for watching this episode of SomeBlock. Join us next time when another one of our experts will join us. Bye.